Hello, good evening. Welcome to OG Lowe's Corner, Hangout Corner. I'm your host, Carlos Stargell, aka OG Lowe. And just wanted to say, just want to ask how y'all doing. I'm all right if y'all all right. The song that's playing in the background, Chameleon, Herbie Hancock. Bad jam, one of y'all. Okay, my question is, what I want to know, and I want y'all honest opinion, did Donald Trump get exactly what he deserved? Yay or nay? So far, I got 100%. A lot of people agree that he got exactly what he deserved. Yeah, this man was president. Now, before I get started, just want to let you know. My YouTube live is nothing but positivity and no negative allowed. But this is not positive. I mean, this is not negative. What I'm about to say. This is the truth. At least speak the truth. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. This man he's the worst president ever. He messed up pretty bad. I mean, then you got it, and then when the people stormed, when his boys stormed the Proud Boys stormed the Capitol, you know what? You know the reason why he didn't say or do nothing? He instigated it. Now, if it would have been men and women of color who would have done that, something would have been done about it real fast and real quick. And that's the honest to God truth. Now, Donald Trump has done a whole lot and thought he got away with it. A lot of people act like they was afraid of this man. What can he do? What he probably ain't never done, that he already probably haven't done. What can he say that he probably already haven't said? Not a thing. Now, like I said, I don't like to talk about man the country people love. I really don't. But I would consider him the man the country people love. I consider him man the country who people despise because he really messed up. I mean, everything was semi-copacetic until he decided to run for president. But I remember when I first got the word that he was going to run back, after Obama term was over, they said Trump gonna run. They said Trump about to run for president. I told him if I caught him where we live, he was gonna run that same night. But that's why I said we got to be careful about talking about man the country people love. But this is not a man the country people love. This is a man the country people didn't respect. A man the country who lost everybody's trust, and a man of country who everybody so much despised, and that's a shame. Now, everybody thought that Richard Nixon was terrible. Everybody thought Reagan and everybody thought Lyndon B. Johnson was just a straight up prick. But at the same time, none of them compared to what Donald Trump did. They say it's not what he can do for our country. It's not what his country can do for us, or what he can do for his country. Guess what? That narcissistic, well, I can't say. What up, cuz? How you doing? Yeah, I figured it out. I already knew. I just gonna say just certain stuff you just can't say on the air, man. But like I was saying though, karma finally came on Donald Trump. I knew one day it was gonna catch up to him. I'm pretty sure a lot of people told him whatever he's doing is gonna come back to bite him in the butt. And now that he's indicted, I don't know. You know what though? At first, I wanted to say hallelujah, praise the Lord, thank you, Jesus. But at the same time, I feel sorry for him because he don't know his ass from a hole in the ground. And that's for real. I mean, it seems like when they get a certain age, it's already they losing the little sense they got up here. But this man he done gone senile, insane, and just done lost his mind. Because because what a lot of speech. The last speech he made. I can applaud him for what he said to everybody. We all bleed the same. Yeah, and that is true. But the way he carried on as president made people go, oh, oh my God, holy cow manure. But like I said, Reagan, Bush, Tricky Dick had nothing compared to Donald Trump. He spoke, he said whatever came up out of his mouth did come out. And like, he could say what he wanted to say, but could we say what we wanted to say? No. Because if we spoke up, then they want to try to persecute us. Well, you know what though? Thank God that I try to be a righteous man. Because the way I feel, I probably done flipped the birds, shot the moons, and everything at that chump. And so what, he did the stimulus check, but guess what? That's why inflation went up. Come on now. He thought he did a good thing, but it really hurt this country. And that's a DAM shame. This country's, and then first thing came out of his mouth, they trying to make America great again. When the hell was it ever great? I don't remember it being great. Shoot, it might have been great for certain ones, but sure as heck wasn't great for me. I had a decent childhood, decent life and all that, but man, this country wasn't ever great. What went on then still going on now. It's just a whole lot worse. Same SOS. Same different day. Different time. And a lot of them there's a lot of them who still co-sign BULLSHIT. And there's a lot of them still kissing people where they don't need to be kissed. And there's a lot of, the word I really want to say, I can't say it, and I won't say it. Not only I have respect for myself, but I have respect for y'all as well. Even if you don't, even if I think it's a bunch of certain pricks out in this world, but that doesn't stop me from trying to strive for righteousness. Because I'm gonna do that regardless. And at the same time, if you're wrong, I'm gonna call you out. I don't care who you are. I don't care about your outside. I don't care about your religion. I don't care about your lifestyle. I don't care about none of that irrelevant crap. If I call you out, it's a reason why I'm calling you out. Evidently must not be something right about you if I have to call you out. Or if I have to, a certain way I look, a certain way body language, certain way I feel, something not right about you. And I tell you, and I have no problem telling somebody that to their face. And that's for real. I have no problem telling them that to their face. And that's another thing. A real man will not be afraid to tell the truth to anybody directly. I don't care. Like I said, it's not about color. It's not about race. It's not about religion. It's not about lifestyle. It's not about none of that. It's about righteousness, character. It's about personality. In other words, just striving for righteousness and doing the best that you can to try to be a good person. But honest to God, it's good and like I said, it's a whole lot of good and bad in all of us. But this sucker here, I didn't see no, when he became president, I didn't see no good in him. Now, before he became president, you know, he had his businesses and all that. I didn't hear too much about him on the outside. I mean, carried himself accordingly and publicly. But what I'm saying too, at the same time, too, sometimes people can put on the act in the front so well. The outside can fool you. For real. Everybody probably thought he was such a nice and cool person or whatnot. Those who didn't really know him. But then sometimes when you become a certain age, at a certain point in your life, everything all the stuff that's been held back all them years finally want to come out. Trust me. I've heard, now I know that I'm a living witness and I've seen it for myself growing up as a kid. Remember, some of us, not all of us, had grandparents, great grandparents. Of course we had parents, but I'm just saying, some did have parents, some did have grandparents and great grandparents, and some didn't. But blessed be the rock, I had grandparents growing up young on both sides, maternal and paternal. I even had great grandparents, but my great grandparents, well, my mom's stepfather side and my mom's side, them the only two great grandparents I knew. But at least I knew my maternal and my paternal grandparents as well. And the point I'm trying to make, they lived, they remember a whole lot of stuff before we were born. And they told, and look, believe me, my grandparents, my great grandparents told me some stuff, before I even way before I even thought about being an adult. And I thought it was it was sad, but it was sad to hear. And I said, and the only thing I could say, that's not right. That's all I can say. But like Martin Luther King had a dream. He really wanted to put a stop to racism, which he didn't do, but he made it a little bit better too. Made it a little better, but still certain places certain places back then there were certain places we weren't allowed to go. In this day and time now, certain places we better not go or we don't want to go. For real. We know, I know how to, like anybody else with good sense, I know how to keep my distance. If it's somewhere, I'm not going nowhere, I ain't going nowhere where nobody don't want to be bothered with me. Especially certain group of people. Yes, I'm talking about the pink people. Because let me tell you something about them. Like they say, they'll smile in your face and kill you. Some of them. But guess what, though? That's why you got to keep your guard up. And in this earth, you can't trust nobody but the Lord. And that's for real. Now, this stuff, that Donald Trump was indicted for, yeah, he got what he deserved. So we say that down on earth. But in reality, you know, everything he did, he's got to be held accountable. He got to, he's got to stand before God. So guess what? Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump, since you want to run your mouth and fight, and you want to act a fool you acted a fool while you was on earth, and you getting what you deserve now. Just remember on Judgment Day, man, the one you be facing in Judgment Day is God. Yes, you'll be facing God. And you know, when you do, you're going to get the whipping of your life. Yes, I said it. And it ain't got to be physical. And you're going to get whooped before you leave this earth. I hate to say it, man, but you're going to have a bad suffering from all that evil and all that stuff that came out your mouth, came from your lips. You got to be held accountable for all that. But let me tell you this though, and that Santos, I wish he'll crawl back. I wish he'll crawl back in the hole he shouldn't have came out of. Just hearing his name just make me sick. Yeah, I said it. But just hearing the fact, I mean, I'm not trying to be difficult or anything, but just hearing the fact that Donald Trump was indicted, I mean, that's not closure, but it's relief. I mean, if if he does get a guilty verdict, and if he does go to jail, I mean, I know it's hard, but let's not rejoice. Let's not rejoice about it, because really, no man or woman deserves to go to jail, but he do. Man don't want to fill out his taxes, and then when they ask for his tax papers, he want to act like a pouting child, like he spoiled brat, like he a pouting child, because somebody take his candy, he want to act a fit. Man, I couldn't have been his daddy. He would have got his butt spanked every day for misbehaving. And he probably was a menace. He probably was a menace in the elementary school. He probably was bad in school. Probably didn't even finish school. He probably dropped out to be a sheep herder. Who cares? But then you hear about his father and great grandfather. Now that's sad. We already know the deal with them. We already done heard about what they were. But like I said, before Donald Trump became president, and in his younger days, we thought he was a cool cat. We thought he was cooler than Santa Claus. But you never know what goes behind closed doors with some people. They can appear to be one thing in public eye, but behind closed doors, they can be one of them. I can't say the word, but you know what I'm talking about. It starts with A, and it stops at and it ends in E. That's what it is. ASSHOLE. A-hole. That's what he was. That's what he is. And like I said, yes, he did get what he deserved. And the ones who said he didn't, and the ones who think he didn't, y'all need Jesus. I mean, I ain't gonna say all y'all need Jesus. I mean, people. Everybody ain't gonna like what everybody like. Everybody not gonna support who you support or who we support. I mean, personally, now I know one guy. I'm not gonna mention his name, but two. And I mean, even though they like Trump, but I have nothing against those guys because they never disrespected me in no kind of way. And both of them, both of them mannerable and respectable. But one thing about it, let me tell you something about the Republican Party, y'all, especially up here in North Carolina. We have a Republican Party, but guess what? Now you know the kind of Republican Trump was and his followers. You already know what they're about. But some of these Republicans up here, I mean, for real, they not down with what Trump was doing for real. They ain't with that. They weren't with his BULLSHIT. And I salute and I salute them and respect them for doing what instead of acting like a fool, just doing the best you can and striving for righteousness. I mean, you can be the biggest top butthole in the world, but long as you're not hurting others, and long as you're not disrespecting others and trying to intentionally hurt people and help, I have no problem with that. Long as you're not trying to hurt or disrespect nobody, everything's everything. But people like Trump and his supporters, now come on now, them MSOBs went up there and raided the Capitol. Yeah, some of them went to jail, but the only reason why, because they had to, because if they didn't, they would have insinuated a riot. A lot of stuff that Donald Trump was the reason for. I mean, come on now. Then you got all these uptight police officers. I mean, when would the demand stop? I understand you trying to do your job and you try to make an arrest, but brutality, like all that brutality is not even necessary. And the way some of these police officers talk to people, I mean, you try to be nice to them, they still try to be all hateful. Well, guess what? In the words of NWA, police, F the police. And look, and when they made, well, and speaking of, when that song was out, you notice a lot of police officers were uptight. They were so mad, their jaws was tight. I mean, you should have saw the look on their faces. They heard that song, they will have a fit. And they had like they had a wedgie. But guess what? Who cares? If the shoe fit, wear it, damn it. Y'all SOBs going around thinking y'all can do what y'all want to do. So what, you carry a badge? I'll shoot that song. I'll shoot that mother. Yeah, so what, you got a badge? I mean, just because you got a badge, and tell you the truth, y'all probably sold that badge. Probably sold that badge, and y'all don't even honor it. And you know what? All we can do is pray for suckers like y'all, because guess what? After this all said and done, y'all got to be held accountable. And to be honest with you, all those so-called cricket cops, I hope you bust hell wide open. I hope you get the suffering you. And look, I hate to say it, but not trying to be difficult. Like, nobody deserves to get hurt or murdered or whatever, but I mean, like I say, it's good and bad in everybody. Some officers, I feel my heart goes out to them and their family, because, like I said, nobody deserves to die regardless, but some officers that just don't care. I have no sympathy. I have no sympathy for them. I have no. If someone was there, if they say such and such was killed in the line of duty, and I know how much of a butthole he really was, I wouldn't even care. I probably say my famous words, just like I told a certain people years ago. Good for them. And then write a song about it. Think I care? But like I said, I mean, the way Donald Trump had people, the way Donald Trump had everything, everybody, all discombobulated. I mean, everybody's angry. Don't let the anger stop. Please, don't let anger stop you, me, or none of y'all from trying to be a good person. Because guess what? Everybody, like I say, is good and bad in all of us. So I choose for the greater good. I mean, I choose the good over the bad any day. Well, it's almost that time, y'all. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to my show, OG Lowe's Hangout Corner. And I mean, now not only I'm happy, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm happy. I'm not gonna rejoice over Donald Trump indictment, but I tell you what, I am gonna rejoice about. How about them Braves? Yeah, 7-2, 7 of a Mary, sweet mother of Jesus. The Braves got down today. I told y'all before the game came on, I'm not really worried about the first season, but that first win always can be the kickstart. Congrats. Hey, look, got to give it to them. They went out there and they went out there, they went up to Washington, D.C. and did their thing. But you got 2 more games to go. They got to play 2 out of 3. They're off tomorrow, but they got to play the rest Saturday and Sunday. I might not be able to watch it because of WrestleMania, but it's all fine and good. That's why they got CNN. That's why they got ESPN. I can always get the scores from them. Ha, 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 ha. But anyway, that's enough. I'm about to, I'm about to say good night. It's time for me. It's time to go. And before I leave, I'm gonna say, good night, sweetheart. Yeah, it's time to go. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that's all y'all gonna get. But for real, for real, I will OG Lowe's Hangout Corner will be live tomorrow between the hours of 9, 9:30, and 10 o'clock. Just letting you know. And I will be going live again. I love you too, cuz. And I will be going out live again between the hours of 6 and now. Yes, after 7. So and and then until then, y'all continue to enjoy your night. Take care of yourselves and each other. Love y'all. God bless y'all. Peace, 2 fingers. I'm out of here. You know I got to end it. Y'all know I got to end this with a song now, an instrumental at least. This is Changes by Yes.